Good morning. The day is now Wednesday, and you can see the Remus is not on the car. So we got to the muffler shop Monday morning. They did not have room to get us in that day, but we have an appointment scheduled for Tuesday of next week to have a catback exhaust done all the way back to the Remus. The original plan was to put the Remus on with the stock piping, but now going in on Tuesday, having a catback done all the way back to the Remus, so the car will have a nice new exhaust system on it. It's gonna sound really good, and all of that will be happening Tuesday of next week. But today, if we look over here, we got ourselves a moving truck. Now, if you guys remember the massive amount of packing we did in Germany, that's what this is. That we did 2 loads in Germany. One was just shy of 8,000 pounds, the bumpers, the seats, all the wheels, all that kind of stuff. That's not this one. This is our unaccompanied baggage, which we want to get here sooner than later. So our clothes are in here, my computer's in there, our cookware, all that kind of stuff that you would need to move into a house. So that's what this is right now. The rest of the stuff, the wheels, the bumpers, the tools, that should be here in another couple of weeks, but at least this is here today. Lots and lots and lots of stuff.
43 and 45.
We got boxes on boxes on boxes coming in. I don't remember what half of this stuff is. This was so long ago. I mean, like stuff like this, you can see like the heck blends. Made it safely. I don't know what's in this one. This has the mid wing and the rear lip for the Pink Floyd. This one is all my spare seat covers, like the Joker seats, that kind of stuff. I don't know what's in there. I know the box, but I'm not sure what's in there. These are some spare wheels. I haven't seen it all yet, but I'll open those maybe later. This just says car parts. I don't know what's in there, and it's light. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff, and this is a small one. Like the next one's like 7,800 pounds of bumpers and wheels and everything physically possible. Our couch is in there, TV stand. Whew. It's gonna get real full in here real fast. All right, so this is everything from the unaccompanied baggage. This is actually about 800 pounds worth of stuff, which is wild. All of those close to there, 2 suitcases. These are labeled as car parts. I don't remember what's in those. That's car parts, that's car parts. Those are wheels clearly, but I don't know what's in there. I know those 3 are there. Don't know what's in that. And we have like my computer screen, my computer tower over there, and a handful of other things through here. The biggest thing, I would love to open all of this stuff and see my things again, but we're only here for a short amount of time, so to open and unpack everything, to repack it in a handful of months, we don't really want to do. And this is the small load. Like we still have the massive, nearly 8,000 pound load of wheels, bumpers, everything else. So I think majority of that stuff, as much as I want to take it out and see all my stuff again, will probably stay boxed up. Like our clothes can come out, that kind of stuff, a handful of tools. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff will stay packaged up until we move again from here to our next place, which hopefully will be like our final forever home. But we'll see. But for now, we got boxes on boxes on boxes. Like I said, some of this will get opened up. Like obviously I need my computer to come out of there, the monitor, a handful of those things, but like that stuff over there, I'll probably show you these wheels because you haven't seen them yet. They're cool, nothing crazy, but they're cool. So yeah, one pack, a handful of stuff, but definitely not all of it. All right, so it is another new day. I spent pretty much the entire morning going through sweeping off the pad out here, then spraying it clean, and then same for the garage floor, sweeping all the dirt out of it and then spraying it clean. I wish I had a pressure washer or a squeegee, which I'll do at some point, but I probably had 5-6 pounds of just dirt that came off this floor. When you have a gravel driveway and then come into the garage, obviously the dirt just tracks in, and it's probably never been cleaned in, I would say, a few years. I had like 5-6 pounds of dirt just inside of this area. So much cleaner now. It still has to dry, but it's gonna look a million times better once it's done drying. So you guys saw all the boxes that arrived yesterday. We went through just about all of them, and for the most part, they're gonna stay packed up. Like I said, we're not here very long. We have a lot of stuff still on the way. We don't wanna unpack everything to have to repack it in a few months, possibly. So a handful of things to unpack: the clothes, the pots and pans, the dishware, stuff for the kitchen, but a lot of the spare car parts will stay packed up. The stuff for the Pink Floyd, some stuff for the Jetta, that kind of stuff just has no place to come out right now, aside from just being on display, but it's much easier just to leave it all packed, and then once we get to our next house, hopefully that's our final home, then we're gonna unpack all the stuff, put on display, and that kind of stuff. But I did go through and unpack a few things, which are these boxes right down here, a couple tools. I would love to go through and put everything up in the shelves and that kind of stuff, but we're not here that long. So just having things like kind of already packed up still for the most part is much easier. There's like tape in there, some heat wrap, and a few more tools in that one. And over here we have the rear brake compression tool, the race tool back there. There's some C-clamps, just useful stuff for the garage, but I don't want to quite unpack it out of what it's already in, just to have it set out and displayed somewhere. Once my red toolbox shows up, I'll probably put that right under here. Now I can have a workbench right on top of my toolbox, which is nice. And then this one will probably stay right where it's at. This will be the main toolbox for the garage because it has literally anything and everything you'd ever need. So that'll stay there, red toolbox here, workbench, and then everything else will probably try and fit under here. I do need to go through and buy a compressor because I sold my last one. We need to buy a new jack, new engine stand, new engine hoist, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, this back room is gonna be super, super nice to have all the engine stuff, all the tools, all back here away from the cars, and have the cars just up here. Also, while unpacking, I found two things that I thought for sure I had lost. Number one, my pry bar. I've had this pry bar since like 2008. I've had it for so many moves, so many houses, and I thought for sure I didn't pack it in Germany, but I did. So I have that, which is awesome. But even more exciting than that, the good old unboxing knife. I found it. I hadn't seen it in like months, and I don't know who packed it up. Maybe Casey did, but she made it. I've had this thing again since like 2000, like maybe 10 or so. I've had it for years and years, and I'm glad I still got it. Now, the main reason I went through, got everything cleaned today, everything put away, because tomorrow morning we're heading to the airport super, super early and flying to Denver, Colorado, picking up the Jetta VR6 wagon and driving it about 12 hours home. And when I get home, I want to pull straight into a nice, clean, organized garage. So that's why I knocked this out today, because tomorrow, well, tomorrow's gonna be a long day, but by the end of tomorrow, by the end of this video probably, the Jetta VR6 wagon will be sat right there. And I miss that car so much. I am ready for VR6 sounds, and tomorrow we'll have them. Do you see? Nope, it's right there. It's right there. Right there. I see it. Wait for it. Bam. We made it. So we're in Colorado picking up the wagon, and it's actually sitting. Oh, look at her. She's beautiful. My front lip's intact, my rear lip's intact. Oh, I've missed this thing. There she is. Let's go inside, do a bit of paperwork, and get her out of here.
Got the driver's license, want to just set them in the window, or I can get the tank for you? Oh, you got the tank? Yeah. See, already on it. Hey, y'all on it.
Dang. We are back in the Jetta Wagon. She started right up, no issue. I got a lot of lights going. I'm not sure what's happening here. That's interesting, but definitely need fuel. Check it out, was on before. I'm not sure what ABS or that one's on, but I have my code reader, I think, in this car. If not, not a big deal. But hey, start it right up. I miss me a VR6. Slight concern with all that stuff, but we'll get it figured out. I've missed you, and I've got around the entire car. Seats still in good shape. All my center caps are there. The car is filthy, but as to be expected when you ship it across the world. Other than that though, she good. No new damage on the car, nothing like that. Not that I've seen yet at least, but she's released. We need fuel first. We're getting the plate put on, and we have a lot of driving to do today. Yes. Oh, it feels so good. I love the GTI. But
What are you about to say right now?
There's no VR6 in it, that's the problem.
Well, it's gonna change.
It will. Like. Alright, well, first short little drive, successful. Car feels good. I'm still not sure why all these lights are on. The engine light was on before, I remember that one, but the ABS and traction control was definitely not on before, so maybe something happened. I don't know. Maybe it'll just go off on its own. We'll have to see, but didn't run out of fuel. Again, first drive, successful. Car felt super smooth, and we have a lot of driving to do today. So, fill up real quick. Hit the road. We're gonna stop for food, maybe like an hour or so out, and then just like as fast as possible back to North Dakota. But like, look at this thing. She's an absolute beauty. Again, all of my center caps still with the wheels. I mean, this thing is disgusting. The car should be black. It's kind of like this tan color right now. Gotta get a car wash for sure, but she's all there. Lips intact. Everything looks good. Just needs a wash. Man, I've missed this car. VR6 sounds, the wagon life. So glad to have this thing back. And to see it back stateside, which is so cool. If you guys don't know, this is a 2001 Jetta VR6 wagon. It was purchased new in 01 from Michigan, and that owner shipped it to Germany in 2007, and then we bought the car in 2021, and now it's back in the States. Love this thing. Sadly, there's no 93 here, so 91 for this first fill up. We'll have to do. Okay, so car's filled up. We just had Denny's, had some food, and now we have, let's see, 11 hours and 54, actually 11:48, not too bad, see?
20 minutes.
Actually 11:47, arrival 10:34 tonight, 775 miles in total. So we should have, we just filled up now, we should have another fill up. This thing should get about, I don't know how much it's gonna get about, I'm guessing at least 300 miles per one tank. I'll stop one more time and then to mine out. Hopefully, smooth ride the entire time. And we don't need tools this time. We have tools in the GTI.
You don't have any tools.
Yeah, there's no tools in this car, but this car's been very reliable. I've done all the maintenance on it, so
very reliable.
Should be good. Should be okay. Listen, it started right up. The GTI was dead. All the way dead.
Powerful cars, they use up their battery juices.
That's not what it was in the slightest bit.
You
so,
wouldn't know.
We'll get on the road, check back in. Hopefully, just fuel stops and snacks, and that's it. First things first, let's, oh, it's so gross. Look at that. Oh, it's so gross. Oh, this poor car needs a wash, but I can see now, it's good. So, AC, blowing ice cold, Christmas tree on the dash, ready to go.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the.
We are in Buffalo, South Dakota at this super small little gas station, but they got 91, so that's cool at least. So, update on the car. She is still running amazing, hasn't missed a beat, just absolutely killing it. This was our second and final stop. We're 4.5 hours away, 297 miles left, which on one tank is no problem. I don't know the exact miles on the car, but it's gotta be close to 30. This thing is doing so good. Like cruising at 80 miles an hour, no problem, AC on. I mean, just, the wagon is such a trooper. Love this thing. So let's hop in, last leg of the journey, which we cross over to North Dakota in probably, I don't know, 30 or so minutes, and then home stretch from there. Also want to show the ABS and traction light are no longer on, which is nice, and we've done a total of 756.7 kilometers so far. We did it. It is currently about 11:50 at night. I don't recall what time we actually left this morning. I'll have to go back and watch the footage again. But just under 800 miles later, and the VR6 Jetta Wagon is sat right there next to the GTI here in Minot, North Dakota. It's just wild to see where these cars have been. And then they're sitting here now. We went through Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota, and then up through North Dakota, back to Minot. Whew, like I said, just under 800 miles in total. When I tell you this car did not miss a single beat, I mean it. Great on fuel. I did probably, except for the last bit through North Dakota, I did 80 miles per hour pretty much the entire time with the AC on. This thing did great on fuel. The last bit through Minot, I did like 50 miles an hour because these back roads out here are super, super dark. And the last thing I want to do, hit a raccoon, hit a deer, anything like that. So I was going super slow, high beams on, but we made it safe and sound. Everything on the car is good to go. We did it. Just look at this. I mean, just seeing them sat there, so cool. So with that, yet another successful road trip. I mean, between these two cars, we have like 40+ hours of driving, which is just honestly too much, but I'm glad they've gone as smooth as they have gone. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you are stoked to see the Jetta VR6 wagon back. Some good old VR6 sounds. I've missed this thing. Not having a wagon is honestly awful. I've missed this thing. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.